The current generation of the Volvo XC90 has been around since 2015. This is only still the second generation. However, they did give it a facelift, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the renewed Volvo XC90, and we're going to take it for a drive. Now, as you may know, car brands usually give a car a facelift after a couple of years so that the car looks bright and fresh again. They usually give it some new bumpers, some new tail lights and headlights. But Volvo usually doesn't change that much when they give a car a facelift. So this XC90 kinda looks the same, like nothing changed. However, they did change a couple of things on the outside. For example, the grille has been tweaked a little bit, and also the design around the air inlets here on the front. And you can also choose between a couple of new colors, such as this one. This one is called Pebble Grey, and there are also a couple of new wheel designs, like the wheel design I have on this car. Now, being a plug-in hybrid, that means that the car has a battery. The battery is 11.8 kilowatt hours, and that means you can drive up to 47 kilometers without using any petrol. Now, in real life, you're probably not gonna make that. It's probably more like 40 kilometers if you're not driving too sporty. However, for most Europeans, that should be enough to do the school runs or your daily commute to work. If you're gonna do longer trips, the petrol engine has got to do most of the work. The petrol engine is a 2-liter 4-cylinder that produces 303 horsepower, and together with the electric motor, the total system output is 390 horsepower. So that's definitely not bad. And 0 to 100 kilometers an hour only takes 5.8 seconds. So the car has a lot of horsepower, but because Volvo is all about safety, this car is not going to outrun a lot of cars on the German Autobahn, because the top speed is limited to 180 kilometers an hour. Now let's talk luggage space. Even with the third row seats up, you still get a decent amount of luggage space here, around what you get in a small family car. However, if you do decide to go on a holiday with 7 people, you're definitely going to need a roof box or something. Under the false floor, there's also a little bit of storage room, but it's mainly meant to keep your charging cables. The batteries really take up most of the space here, and so also there's no spare wheel. Now, I can imagine you might want to know how much space you get if you fold all the seats down. Now I'm going to show you right now. However, you do have to fold them down manually, all 5 of them. So there we go. It takes a bit of an effort, but you do, however, get a lot of room. The XC90 is perfectly suitable as a family car because it will easily seat 3 kids next to each other. It will also seat 3 adults because there's plenty of leg room and there's even a lot of headroom, even with this panoramic roof. And you can slide all the seats individually, so you can go a bit forward or a bit backwards, and you can even adjust the backrest so you can get a bit more comfortable. And you can also adjust the seat in the middle, and you can raise this front part so it's more suitable for smaller kids. And this car is really good for large families because this car will seat up to 7 people. There's a third row in the back, and I'm going to show you that right now. But first I'm going to pull these seats down so you can see what the situation is like there. So there we are in the third row. Now this place isn't really meant for adults, and Volvo is quite clear about that. However, I'm giving it a try anyway. I'm 180. Yeah, my head is hitting the roof and I definitely don't have any leg room. However, if there would be a situation where you had to pick up like 5 friends at the train station, they'll be alright for like a 10-minute drive. But this place is really meant for kids, and kids can sit here fine. They even get a little storage area between the seats. They get cup holders, a little storage area on the side, and they even get air vents. There are no USB ports down here, which is a bit of a shame because, you know, kids are gonna sit here and they want to use their iPhone or their tablet. However, you could use the 12-volt outlet in the back and use a USB adapter. The interior really feels premium. There's almost no plastic and everything is covered with leather. The dashboard, the center console, the steering wheel, the seats, basically everywhere. And when you enter the car, you really smell the leather, so it really feels like you're stepping inside of a really expensive and luxurious car. There's even some wood here on the inside, some wood trim here on the center console around the volume dial, on the dashboard and also on the door panels. It may look like a wrap, but it's definitely not. You can really feel that it's real wood. Now, of course, this is a family car, so there's a lot of storage space. Here on the center console, you can have 2 cup holders. There's a lot of room here on the door panels. You can wirelessly charge your mobile phone on the center, and there's also a 12-volt outlet here in front. And under the armrest, which again is covered in leather, you get storage space and 2 USB ports. Strangely enough, these are old USB ports, not like the USB-C ports in the back. Not sure why you don't get them here. Now you control everything in the car using this iPad stealth screen in the middle. The infotainment screen is pretty fast, however there are some infotainment systems that are a bit faster, to be honest. But the menus are quite clear, so you don't have to go through a lot of menus to get where you want to be. Now there are a couple of controls that are fixed on the lower part of the screen, like the controls for the heated seats and the heated steering wheel, and also the climate controls. So how is it to drive in the Volvo XC90 Recharge? Now, as I said before, the car has plenty of horsepower, 390 to be exact, and the car has absolutely no problem to get moving. Especially with the addition of the electric motor in the back, this car feels really quick. And especially for its size, because it's a big car, it's a heavy car, but it definitely doesn't feel like that. And it also feels smaller than a Range Rover or a BMW X5. And so this car is way better to drive if you're in a city or narrow streets. So this car has a lot of horsepower, but it's not really meant to be driven hard. This is a comfortable car that sits 7 people, and it also has the air suspension option, this car, that will cost you 2,600 euros, but I think it's really worth it, because it kind of feels like you're driving a magic carpet. You don't feel any bumps in the road and you really get a comfortable ride. This car also has the double glass option, which means that it's really quiet here inside, also if you're doing highway speeds. And obviously Volvo is all about safety, so you got a lot of safety features standard on this car, but also features like lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control, which basically means this car can do a lot of semi-autonomous driving on the highway. The car will keep itself within its lanes, and it will keep its distance to the car in front of you. So on the highway you don't really have to do that much. You just keep your hand on the steering wheel so that the car will recognize you and know that you're not asleep. Now before we end, let's talk pricing. This Volvo XC90 will start from 83,995 euros. Now, this car I'm driving right now has a ton of options. We've got the amazing sound system, the panoramic roof, air suspension, double glass, which means this car has a sticker price of 107,000 euros. Now, that's a lot of money, but then again, you do get a very big and luxurious car that can seat 7 people. Now, that's it for this video. If you like it, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.